It is no secret that the Australian primary and secondary school struggle to keep up with the rest of the world. Hutchinson's in his 2018 article titled Australian Must Overhaul Industrial School Model that Australia's education system has a failed generation of school children, with students' outcomes declining in reading, science, and maths over the past 18 years. The main subjects that are in jeopardy are science, technology, engineering, and maths, or STEM. While Australians want to excel in this department, it is obvious that the education system is just not ready for it. Connor Duffy, in his 2019 article titled Australian Students Behind in Maths, Reading and Science, throws around some statistics that show just how behind Australia is. Duffy explains that in 2018, the science scores across Australia plummeted to their lowest level ever, and that we are almost 3.5 years behind our Chinese counterparts. It is obvious that the curriculum needs changing, and we need to step up our game in order to stop falling even further behind. The issues with the STEM policy is that it simply isn't good enough or detailed enough. The policy isn't up to date enough to compete with the rest of the world. The curriculum is desperately in need for change. Ethics is about what is good, right, fair, and just. Ethical issues with the current STEM policy is that it doesn't allow for independent thought, restricts a free and unbiased flow of ideas, and doesn't keep up with the forever changing technology. The issue of this STEM policy needs to be dealt with and made better. For this, I have come up with some solutions. The first solution I believe that can help get Australia back to where they should be is to make the subjects not boring. For example, science can be a subject where children get really bored really quickly and lose interest. So, instead of the current way that science is being taught, teachers should innovate science that is happening now. Every science lesson should integrate real-world problems, where students ask the questions about the problem, potentially solve it, and at the end of the lesson, do a hands-on practical activity. This will abolish the old idea of science being too boring and too difficult, and bring in a breath of fresh air to the subject by relating to what's happening right now. Another solution to the STEM policy is to integrate these subjects into primary schools early on, in years such as kindergarten and so forth. Many activities that primary school kids complete are already integrated into STEM subjects without them even knowing. All that needs to be done is more of an effort to recognize this connection. I will once again use science as an example. Twig Education's article Challenges in STEM Education and How Teachers Can Overcome Them. They described this solution and say that it can be done with simple activities. When children stack playing blocks together, they are essentially learning the laws of physics. Similarly, when they run off on nature walks to explore a fallen nest or flower, they are already exploring the biological world. When activities like this are completed, I believe that the curriculum needs to be changed to focus on the activities and their relation to the STEM subjects. The effect of this would be that students would be more compelled to choose and be interested in STEM subjects, leading to better results. My first proposal would help me make a better future for the children in the education system because it encourages kids to get involved and tackle real-world issues, while at the same time breaking the monotonous routine that science can feel like sometimes. This doesn't just relate to science, but can relate to maths, engineering, and reading. It gives children the chance to explore their own decisions on coming up with answers to questions, which can be seen as democratic. This proposal would help combat the ethical dilemmas of restricting an unbiased flow of ideas. Children would be able to come up with their own solutions, showing how they understand the subject, instead of the current curriculum that obviously is not working. My second proposal would help make a better future for the children in the education system because it breaks the stigma of STEM subjects by being boring by helping the children learn from a young age. It also helps younger children become familiar with these STEM subjects, making them more likely to choose them.